with is actually very simple, and all of these fancy receivers and what have you, and USB boxes, and PCI cards, it's all the same actually, I'll tell you that. So, basics of UMedCast, well, you're probably sick and fed up of hearing about UMedCast today. They send bits of data from Darmstadt, actually sent from Usingen. Well, at the moment they are, but that's going to change perhaps. And basically it's digital TV. It's rather like you have DVD discs and you have CD audio and also CD data. Just the CD data are the same, but there's a little bit of extra protection in the data. Same with the broadcasting here. It's basically a digital TV, but where you might miss an odd pixel or a little block, it doesn't matter. With data, missing stuff does matter. So there's a bit of extra protection built in. And your job in your PC is actually to capture the data. We've got a missed packet here. Now this, ladies and gentlemen, is UDP. He didn't know it was coming. I sent it out. He didn't pick it up. So there's a bit of missed data. On the other hand, here's TCP. I got an acknowledgement back even. So that all takes a bit more network bandwidth and a bit more fussing about. So this broadcast, when we talk about broadcast, we do tend to talk about sort of UDP as the way to send the data. Remind me, UDP is, an unexpected datagram protocol. It isn't unexpected, but you know what I mean. This is Usingen. For those of you who were fortunate to visit in 2007 will remember Rob Alblas trying to pull out one of these leads or something. It didn't succeed in breaking UMedCast. I actually photographed me picking up a blank lead, but nevertheless, it was very, if you get the chance to go to Usingen or the next provider, perhaps next year with GEO, Francis, hint, maybe another visit to Darmstadt if they'll have us. And these at the time were the antennas in use for the uplink. These are uplink antennas. And you're quite correct, looking on a mobile trailer with people from from GEO trying not to get their hands in the beam because it's a bit stronger than the received beam. So with the PC, you can try to convert these digital video signals into files. This is the job of the telecast software. Now, packets that come in, I'll send you, they actually look like network packets. This is probably slightly in contradiction with what Klaus Peter said, but never mind. And the telecast software will take the packets that come in over the network and it'll convert them into the files that my software or Rob's software or other people's software will then convert into images for you. So let's do serving the first way. We probably all started with something like a SkyStar card. It's a PCI card sitting inside your PC. And you install some drivers, and if you end up looking at it, you'll find you've got a new piece of driver software in there called Skynet.sys. And what that does is to make the hardware of the PCI card you plug in, it looks like a network source. And it has an address that probably most of you will remember off the top of your head. You can, if you've accidentally installed the card twice and that address has been reserved, you can put a new address in. You don't use this DATP, the address isn't configured automatically. But basically, the PCI card converting the stuff into network. Serving it way number 2, we have a USB box. Imagine USB box. There is one, several in the shop that I'm sure they're willing to sell you. Now it does the same job. It installs a different piece of software, but nevertheless it appears as a network card. And it's the same address, it's the same story, and the telecast software will run quite happily talking to that network address. But what about all this DVB-S2 stuff they're trying to sell us? Great amounts of money. How does that configure? Well, surprise, surprise, it already is a network address. So you put a new network card in your PC, or as Francis has done out there, use the PC, the Ethernet port on the motherboard. and because it's a standard network device, Windows actually add the device, so you don't even need to do any software installation, and it appears as an address. Now, I did raise the point with the Novra guy, what address will his box appear at, and found a way you can do that. Same with the IACA box, it's a known address, and all you need to do then is simply to change the telecast software one line in the recv.ini, this interface address. No longer is it 192.168.238, but it becomes the address of your PC. Note, I'll say it again, it's the address of your PC. You are so tempted. I'll deal with temptations later. As everybody said, maybe you need a bigger dish, maybe you've got to point it instead of there, it's sort of there. I'm going east, aren't I? So on. So what receiver do you use? I have a report there. You can go and make your own decision as to the two. With our two suppliers present, I really am trying to be very even-handed. I have bought one of these two receivers myself. I suppose I better say, because I know a lot of you know already, I actually preferred the extra management ports, and I also preferred the fact that the IACA receiver supports SNMP. Now we hear the novel one's going to support SNMP in due course, so that's great, but it's so nice. I have a lot of software already that uses the MRTG program to be able to plot graphs of things like signal level, packet loss, and now link margin and things like that. So I'm looking forward to SNMP support. This is the IACA box. You've seen one outside. You may even have got one in your bag to take home with you. And